Do we want to play? This is another deck I've built for today. This is a blue-red. It's very similar to like the other blue-red monkey decks we've been playing, but we're playing Blood Moon in the main. Kind of like a new take on Blue Moon. Do we want to play this, or do we want to play some more of the red-black deck? Because I'm kind of down for both. Let me do a poll. Keep. Do you mean Castle Locthwain look like a Star Destroyer? If so, yes, it does. Yeah, Unholy Heat is just absurd. That card is really, really strong. I really wish it had like an etched art or like or the sketch art rather. That card is super cool. I bought a lot of MH2 cards yesterday, and then in paper, and then I also like decided to buy a new router modem because the tech came out, ran a new line to my apartment. So I thought if I have a new router modem, new line, maybe that'll fix my internet problems. And then so I spent a lot of money on that, and then now I have to buy a new PC. So thank goodness for savings accounts, huh? I did not buy Subtleties, no. Yeah, and I would, you can buy singles from channelfireball.com, of course. Your one-stop shop for singles, boxes, and accessories for card games. I did an ad read yesterday. I think I messed it up a bit, or just now messed it up. Nailed it yesterday. Oh, this is Mill. Interesting. I didn't think that this was Mill. I thought it was just like a blue-black control deck. Sunken Ruins is cool. I like that. I mean, there's maybe a card that I want to cast off Voidwalker, so I think I'm just going to cast Tourach before I attack. Yeah, maybe a more controlling version of Mill. Do I want to hold up Counterspell? I think I do. I think I do want to hold up Counterspell. Oh, no. Dang it. Tilt. I thought they would have already cast that if they had one. I guess I was just wrong. Alright, not good to respond here since my opponent can... we can cast another Voidwalker, which is going to make us rather have not use the Voidwalker, of course. Yeah, this is a more controlling version of blue-black, this looks like, for sure. Do you think the monkey power level is potentially too high for modern? I mean, yes and no. Where, like, if Ragavan came across my desk, I really, really doubt that I would have approved it as is if I were working for Wizards. But at the end of the day, the card is still a... I think I'll cast the Tourach. The card is still a 1-mana 2/1 and dies to a lot of things and is probably not ever going to be too dominant. My opponent's drawing Archive Trap, which I guess we can discard with Kolaghan's command. They also put Lurrus in their hand, which we can Inquisition, trigger Tourach twice. Well, maybe we'll just do this. Maybe Bauble them first. Field of Ruin. What was that? Sorry, got a deck tech for a Trusty. Sure thing. Can get to that. If it was a 1/2, would it be better? I don't think so. Maybe. Yeah, whenever you want to post that link in the chat, I can take a look. I think my opponent's going to Field of Ruin me. So why don't I wait a turn to escape Kroxa so I can draw step Kolaghan's command. I should have another basic, right? Yeah. No, we 4-1 the last league. Not back-to-back 5-0s. Not that good. Definitely feeling like I can't lose this game. Or actually, do I just want to Kolaghan's command again? I think I do, actually. Yeah, 3 Kolaghan's command is a lot, but our curve is also like, you know, kind of low anyways. And Kolaghan's command I think is just pretty good right now. I'm not sure. Alright, so push is better than Unholy Heat in this matchup, where Heat doesn't always kill the 3 toughness monkey. I might just be sideboarding like this. I guess I'll play the Boil. There seem to be a bit of a more controlling version than a stock list. Maybe we can cut a Tourach to keep 6 discard spells, which feels like a good number. Don't think I want explosives. So Legacy Food Animator, cool. First Note, cool. I feel like 17 lands is like, I probably would play 16. Play 4 Street Wraith. Yeah, Street Wraith seems really good in this deck. I'm not sure about the Archon. Archon seems like maybe a better sideboard card for grindy matchups. I've always liked having a Sire of Insanity in these kind of decks. This is pretty cool. I'm not sure about the Griefs. I feel like Unmask is probably still better than Grief because you can unmask yourself. Sideboard seems pretty standard. Oh, sorry, I just noticed the Urza Sagas. I probably wouldn't play Urza Saga, actually. I feel like 16 lands, no Urza Saga just seems better to me. Saga's like very slow. I know it can get you your cookbook, but I don't know. This feels like your reanimator like usually wants to be really fast. And like the slower reanimation grindy draws are probably not going to be able to outgrind your opponent. I could be wrong. But yeah, Archon seems maybe better in the side. Although if Archon is Archon being like uncrockable is probably huge. The more now that I think about it for a second longer, I guess. So it seems like a really big deal that you can this can't be Karakas. Maybe your list is just good. Still think I might play Unmask over this guy, but I like the deck. Looks really cool. Why to become a Boyle player? Boyle's just good right now, I think. Hate to say it. Although like, maybe I don't hate to say it, because maybe when Boyle is good, that means the decks I like to play are good. So Inquisition plus Bolt the Crab. Hopefully no trap. They do have a trap. I think we just have to walk into it, especially seeing that fetch land there. Yeah, I mean, Grief gets around Force of Negation, but like you also can't Grief yourself, and I really feel like that's a big part of the reason why Red Black plays Unmask is that you can unmask yourself. Maybe just play one Daredevil as like an Entomb target. Actually, maybe that's something that you should be doing in that list as well. Just play one. Just play one. Lurrus here. Yeah, one Daredevil as an Entomb target. Draw a card with Lantern. Really happy about that one. Less happy about this one, I guess. I think I'm still going to go Kroxa plus DRC. You know, they're out of cards. If they have to sack their Lantern to make me exile my graveyard, it's really not that bad. That Saga, the deck has no payoff for looping Daredevil. It has Asmo. Right? Just Asmo, like getting to kill a ton of creatures. They don't put Lurrus in their hand here. Me attack for 1. What do you think about the Obosh decks? I like the mono red Obosh deck a lot. I also like the Ponza one. I think you could build this deck to be an Obosh deck too, but I think it's better with as Lurrus. Just something to think about. That being said, Alright, I guess I'm going to go return Kroxa, make them discard a card. This way, if they put Lurrus in their hand, we just get to Lurrus it. That being said, the mono red list that Hayashi's been playing, I have issues with. I guess I'll just Lurrus here. It's kind of close between Lurrus and Boyle. Any chance you can share your Valky list? It's in the Stream Decker. It's in the Stream Decker. So you can always in the chat type !deck to find the Stream Decker, do some digging. Guess I'll get that land out of their hand and then fetch on my turn because of trap. What's my current opinion on the best blue control deck? I've really been liking my Bant Miracles deck a lot. There seem to be a lot of viable control decks though at the moment. Jeskai, Esper, Bant, all seem like they've got their own merits. I've been liking Brainstone plus Terminus a lot too. Okay, so they go down to 3 life, which means they're maybe dead to Lurrus plus Kroxa next turn. They are not dead to Lurrus plus Kroxa next turn. Is Flagfire still viable post MH2? I don't think it's very well positioned, but they have Drown the Lock on top, but we don't have enough cards in our yard anymore. So we win. Yeah, I think there are just better things to be doing than the Wildfire plan at the moment. There's not a lot of Tron. Your mana is a bit awkward with Counterspell. I think it's a bit better to be doing different things if you want to play control. Thoughts on giraffes? Creepy or cute? I think giraffes are cute. Pro giraffe. Yeah. Like Hayashi's deck is good for sure. Like the mono red Obosh deck with Ragavan DRC seems really strong to me. But and I also play like probably 4 Furies in that deck. Honestly, Fury is a card I'm starting to become really high on. Let's keep this. I think I'm gonna lead on the channel here. Spike's family is held hostage by Lurrus. Shh. Don't let Lurrus hear you. So I have to respond to my DM. Man, subtlety sucks. They pitched a subtlety, so at least they got that out of their hand. I'll just put that on top, I think. Could be wrong. We did just win this matchup. Do you think Fury's underrated? Yeah, I think Fury's really good. So I'm gonna go DRC plus bolts. Graveyard, and now we have Delerium. Graveyard that too, I think. Petty Theft, sure. Oh, I should have played my second DRC pre-combat to get another Surveil if they flash in Borrower to block. Was there a moment that made me realize Subtlety sucks? Not like a specific moment, just like the more and more I played with it, the more I just really feel like the card's not that good. And like I do think it makes sense in my opponent's deck, right? Obviously, like this is a home that Subtlety is like playable in, but I think I prefer just like the 4-color version that play Ardent Plea over Subtlety. That deck just seems better because Subtlety is so bad. Sorry, I just had to respond to a DM. I had to respond to my DM with a DM. Hello, I think Just Guy Stoneblade. I think Just Guy Stoneblade's a good deck. I haven't been like super duper overwhelmed with how good it is though. Like I think it's a good deck. I would definitely, you know, if you want to pick it up, I think it's a good one to pick up. But I'm also not, you know, I'm not of the opinion that it's one of the best decks in the format necessarily. It feels like just kind of like a generically good blue control / mid-range deck that you can choose to play if you feel like people aren't packing a ton of removal for monkeys and Stoneblades, Stoneforges. 3 Dagon, 1 Discreet over 4 Subtleties. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Just Subtlety itself, I think, should probably just be in the sideboard of their deck, or maybe you could play like 2 in the main or something. I think Esper Stone is better. I think that they have their own strengths and weaknesses, where Esper is like better against a format with a lot of cheap removal. You get to play Dakin and Esper Sentinel. I also think that maybe Esper could just sideboard Esper Sentinels too, and then play something like main deck Shark Typhoons or a different threat of some kind. Weird hand with like double basic mountain, but we can go DRC into DRC, discard spell into discard spell. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Life is flashing before my eyes. Yeah, cheap removal is on the rise for sure, which is why I feel like, even though I like the Jeskai Stoneblade deck, it's why I'm not incredibly high on the archetype, you know? So I guess I'm going to go DRC Inquisition myself. And then do I take Kolaghan's Command? I guess so. Kolaghan's Command also is not that good right now. Oh, no. Well, I guess we just wait then. Got max punish, though, for fetching a swamp. Well, if we hit Kolaghan's Command, it's another type for Delerium, which gives us a better chance to actually attack here. We also have explosives to like blow out these rhinos that we can dig for with the Surveils here. Now I think I'm going to just Inquisition the Kroxa. Then we can just try to escape Kroxa next turn. To do that though, we need to cast the other Thoughtseize. We could also maybe just find explosives, but throw the hand in the graveyard. But Kroxa, you know, being 6/6 blocker, pretty relevant here. So we're gonna take 8, and then we play Kroxa, can block a Rhino, take 6. So I guess 9, 8 then 9 is 17 exactly. So we actually lose if we don't draw something. How long have I been Team CFB? Like 3 weeks now. I mean, I guess I'm not. I don't know. I make content for CFB. I don't know that I'm I think Team CFP is something else. All right, explosives off the top, or we go to game 3. Why not do that in second main so Darcy can block? I don't know. Maybe that's better. I'll play some pushes. Goes Borrower, goes Bone Crusher Giant, and just, you know, hedges against Leyline a bit. Mulligan. Keep. Voidwalker's pretty good against them. I'm gonna put back this Unholy Heat, I guess. What did we lose to last league? Living End. But we're 10-1 with this deck on the day. Thoughts on sideboarding Rolling Vortex? Well, Vortex plus Mishra's Bauble is kind of a non-bow. Opponent keep 7. They put a Leyline in play. Thankfully our hand's like fine against Leyline. But them keeping 2 7-land hands with Leyline is pretty good. If I do say so myself. So we don't quite have Delerium yet. We're drawing Ragavan. Draft, converting Prime Gaming to Tier 1. I see that message from time to time. I don't really know exactly how you get that, but I'm sure you did something that helps support the channel. Martyr to buff EE, Wear Tears, maybe Blossoming Column. Yeah, that's an option for sure. It's not free. Man, it's like pretty good being just black-red, but definitely an option. Just light white splash definitely seems fine. Is this worthy of the blue-red monkey, Verdant Miracles, brews I like the most? I mean, the deck seems pretty good. I mean, 10-1 is not a very big sample size though. Yeah, I would have to play probably like 40 matches before I got like a really good impression of how good this deck is and its position in the metagame. I feel like we were soft to a lot of cards like Leyline of Sanctity, Sanctifier, Ariok Champion. Splash for 4 Wear Tear because it helps against Leyline and food decks. Yeah, Leyline is a good point. I do feel like Shattering Spree is a better sideboard card against the food decks though. So, I mean, pretty straightforward turn. It does certainly seem like my opponent's got some interaction, but we just cast all of the spells in our hand, have to Inquisition ourselves, but that will give us Delirium for our channelers, Surveil into something potentially. If you splash white in 19 lands, I believe it's easier in 22 lands. Yeah, I mean, I didn't say that it wasn't easy to splash white. It's just not free, you know. It's not like literally no cost to splash the white, but it's an option for sure. It's like one thing is like I think the big thing is going to be, do you want a sideboard card for burn matchups? And right now I don't really think that you do. Do you want to play Wear Tear over Shattering Spree? And you might want to do that, but I've been really happy with Shattering Spree. And then the question is like, how relevant is EE for 3, which is probably not that relevant. And if it is, you do have the outside outs to still do that with Ragavan. How to get Kataki is a really good sideboard option. Like that could also be like, I would probably play Kataki over Wear Tear if I was going to splash white. Opponent finally cast their spell. That's probably keepable. Feed the Swarm over Push. No, those are for different matchups. Where Feed the Swarm is like very good against creature decks, and Feed the Swarm is pretty bad against creature decks. We even get to Surveil. Oh, I should have played the other DRC first. Oops. They force. Oh boy. Alright, didn't get punished for not playing the other one first. Love for my opponent to cast a second Charless Agent here. And we got them to use the Force Negation. That's pretty lucky. And they cast the other Charless Agent. Yeah, Explosives is going to be a big blowout here. I might have to block. I think I probably have to block Shardless Agent with Ragavan though. They're not attacking with Agent, which I think is probably wrong. I mean, honestly, like Shattering Spree is the best. If you're a heavy red deck, Shattering Spree is the best option for you against the artifact decks. But the issue is, of course, like how restrictive the cost is, and so like Vandal Blast I think is also really good, and you really want your sweeper, you really want your anti-artifact card to just kill all the artifacts, in my opinion. Yeah, Shattering Spree is so much better than Bifrost. I honestly can't believe people keep bringing it up. But Shattering Spree is just like Bifrost that costs 1 less mana in most decks, or in the decks that can play Shattering Spree. And Vandal Blast I also think is better than Bifrost, where like being able to cast it, like if you draw multiples, and if you play 4 in the sideboard, you're going to draw multiples often. You can cast it for 1 mana to 1/1, which is hugely different than 2 mana to 1/1, and then you can like overload it for 5 mana in the later game. So our opponent needs Brazen Borrower or Ice to survive here, and they haven't conceded yet, so we do just lose to Ice. Borrower means we can replay a DRC and then block. Got a confidence boost for Skirtus. Oh my gosh, they had Ice. No! Oh my gosh. That was just the exact card that kills us here. We go to exactly 0. Cool game. Really good game. Sad way to lose. Yeah, this is tier 0. Maybe you play some lands that can cast Lurrus, but you probably don't need to change too much beyond this. Really. Alright, good hand though. Iliad discard spell, then DRC discard spell. It's quite a red hand. So, do I want to play DRC into the Lightning Bolt? I think that's fine. We get the Surveil, and honestly, like, this is just, like, discard their Lightning Bolt, draw a card. Or Surveil one, rather, sorry. And then Graveyard the Mountain, I guess. Take their Eidolon. Because they drew the second land. Play Foothills, their hand is Bolt, Skullcrack, Searing Blaze, Mystery card. And I think I'm just putting Lurrus in my hand. Still at 20 life. How's Voidwalker been? I think it's like a metagame call right now. I'm not like super... I don't think it's a card that you probably want to be main decking this many copies of in every metagame. Alright, so it's Thoughtseize this turn. Probably taking the Searing Blaze. Next turn we can play 2 threats here. It's really good for them that they drew Guide, and we can trade Lightning Bolt for one of their cards. Kroxa is also maybe the best card that we could have on top here. But I'm not sure, am I supposed to go Lurrus plus DRC, or am I supposed to just Kroxa them? They have the Lightning Bolt up. Let me just do this. Seems kind of close though. Colder, 10 months. Thank you for your resubscription. New place or different room. I mean both and neither. My PC was dying last night. Both my graphics card and my power supply were having problems. So I think I'm just getting a new PC. I know it's not like the highest EV way to solve my issues, but I just need, I think, an upgrade anyways. But my friend Halaxor, a longtime friend of mine, offered for me to use his home to stream with today, very graciously. Just escaping, I think. Yeah, it's also Halaxor's birthday today, so everybody give a big happy birthday. Yeah, it's a very Time Raveler is a pretty good card with all the Cascade going around. I agree. How bad is the Delerium Kroxa Delve interaction? It's actually good. Where, like I learned from the Mono Red Phoenix deck, which I actually trophied with again yesterday. When you have a card like Kroxa in your deck that you can surveil into and have your surveil turn into card advantage, that is a really powerful thing to get to do, to turn surveil into a card advantage. So I'm like really happy to have Kroxa and DRC in the same deck, even though like it maybe does seem like there's some tension there. I think they play well together. Any updates to the Blue-Black Reanimator list? Not since the second time we played it. I haven't worked on it. I think the deck is okay. There's also just a lot of graveyard hate right now. So I'm not, thrilled to be playing a deck like that. I mostly just want to get these Thoughtseizes out of here. Guess you can play an Unearth. No, I haven't tried this deck in a Shadow Shell. I've seen other people trying that though. It's possible that that's, a good place to be. Just kind of wanted to start with the more mid-rangey version, as maybe I tend to do, huh? I could probably keep this. Did I even thought of a Ragavan plus Embercleave deck? I think I actually played against like Mardu Stoneblade with Cleave. I can't remember. I think they had Ragavan too. I can't remember. I definitely played against Stoneblade with Cleave though, earlier this week. They have a Goblin Guide on top. So I guess I'll try to have Ragavan trade with Guide. Trades with Bolt instead, and they have an Eidolon on top, which is a scary card to see, but I guess a good card to know about. The Eidolon is on top of their library. It's kind of an unwieldy place for it to be. I think I'll just like pass, fetch, shock, Bolt, Goblin Guide, which hurts, of course, but then we get to, Kolaghan's command, kill Eidolon, make them discard a card. I was on Bant Valkyrie hoping they'd equip Cleave so you could steal a charm. That's right, yeah, that's right. But there are some dreams that cannot be. It's down to 12, which is not a great life total to be against Burn. Get Mountain and cast Lava Spike. Not the best sequencing ever there, opponent. It's probably going to go for like Inquisition plus Lurrus next turn, or maybe I should save the Inquisition for the turn I play the Lurrus. Their last card was a Path to Exile. Yeah, saving the Inquisition for when I cast the Lurrus makes sense, I guess. Spike Me is their last card, Boros Charm. It's Path to Exile. Good job holding the Inquisition Spike. Now I'll get to see if their top card is Boros Charm before they do. It's a Lightning Bolt, which is not great for us, but we can... they have to bolt the Lurrus, so we stay at 4, and then we get to go like Monkey plus Kolaghan's command, make them discard in their draw step. I mean, they are not supposed to let me get a Bauble here, right? They're drawing Rift Bolt, which is something we can discard with Kolaghan's command. So that's a couple mistakes my opponents made, I guess. I'm really also just not gonna crack these fetches. Going to 3 life against Burn is sus. These Kolaghan's commands have felt really good. Maybe we can hit Helix off Ragavan. Be pretty nutty. So Spear's not too bad either. We get to see what they're drawing, see if it's Boros Charm. It's another copy of Swift Spear. Which means we should win. Assuming I read that correctly. If only this was Magic Arena, they would tell me what the card is. Alright, cool. 2-0, or 2-1 rather. Lost to Rhinos. Why not play Lurrus Bauble first to see if you want to try to deny the draw with Rag? That's probably better. Thank you, War. Yeah, I do put a ton of work into these decks off stream. I talked about this a little bit last week, but I feel like this has been one of the main reasons why I found a lot of success as a streamer is because I put a lot of work into the stream off stream, and so the quality is a bit higher. You're going to do update deck and Sideboard guide for Bring to Light Lurrus? Yeah, I plan to. And I do anticipate that deck is going to have transitioned into Bant instead of Sultai because ending is a bit better than push, and then like you're already wanting to play Brainstone, so let's put some Terminuses in there. I've been liking that deck a lot. So this could be the like blue-red Delver deck that plays Fiery Islet, or it could just be Mono-Red Prowess, Blue-Red Prowess, Mono-Red Phoenix, Blue-Red Phoenix. We want Twin back. You know what? For the first time in a long time, for the first time since I bought into Twin and had my deck banned and really wanted it back, for the first time in a long time, I am starting to feel like, yeah, maybe you could unban Twin. It's like, right now, like we still gotta wait and see how the metagame shapes up. Maybe we'll Surveil over Lava Dart. I don't know. This is not me definitely saying unban Twin right now, you cowards, but yeah, our draw definitely has not lined up well against theirs. I guess I'm just gonna cast a Tourach, but feels terrible. What about no, Death Red Shaman is still way too good. I don't know. I'd have to think about it a bit more, but I don't know. There's a lot of like really efficient interaction now, and Twin would also be way better. Twin would be so much better than it was, but I don't know. It could maybe get there. DRS would be nice counterplay to DRC. Yeah, DRS is like nice counterplay to any modern deck. DRC is like, of course it's good counterplay. The card is just too good. Give me my Punishing Fires already. Yeah, Punishing Fire could maybe come off. Should we just be conceding this game? Well, I don't think Death Red Shaman is the last card they should unban. I honestly almost feel like it's Faithless Looting. Almost, not quite. Jishi, thank you for your tier 1 resubscription. Appreciate it. Love to see a new subscriber. Yeah, it might be Ayavugan. Maybe it's Ayavugan. It's not Hypergenesis. Hypergenesis honestly could probably be unbanned and do absolutely nothing in Modern. I really don't think if Hypergenesis were unbanned, it would really be impactful at all. Yikes, good top deck. No, Hypergenesis would suck, I think. Like the new Cascade deck, the new card, the new red Suspend card, that card's honestly probably better than Hypergenesis. And it's still not very good. %, Misstep. I feel like I'd rather see a format with Ayavugan than Misstep. Obviously, Misstep never should come off, but guess this exiles Lava Dart, huh? I think Tourach's probably just too bad in this matchup. This looks like the way we should sideboard here. Yeah, also, to all the people wanting artifact lands unbanned, imagine, like, artifact lands would be so insane right now. Artifact lands would be absurdly powerful right now with Urza's Saga and Nettle Cyst and Thought Monitor. Really good they didn't just unban those. The red suspend card whiffs. Well, Hypergenesis also needs you to have like cards in your hand, you know? Like Hypergenesis like also requires more than it just to resolve for it to go off. And so it's like the red suspend cards like usually like lets you say like 7 or 8 cards to flip, right? And that's more than Hypergenesis usually lets you see, although like you get to know like exactly what's happening. Let's graveyard that for Delerium, I think. I'm going to push instead of bolt because of mutagenic growth. What are my opinions on unbanning cards that do nothing change? No, that's still my opinion that if you're going to unban a card and you think it's not going to be that impactful, you probably shouldn't unban it. You have to think like it's going to make the format more fun, more healthy. Because if you're going to unban a card and the card's not going to do anything, like if it's going to be Golgari Grave Troll and Golgari Grave Troll is not going to be quite playable, you know, and I'm talking about the time when they unbanned Grave Troll wasn't that good, but then they printed Prized Amalgam, Cathartic Reunion, and then Grave Troll was way too good, and it was honestly just a huge mistake that they unbanned Grave Troll, because it was just like an accident waiting to happen. And so kind of the same thing for artifact lands. Like sure, maybe 6 months ago you could have unbanned artifact lands and they probably wouldn't have been that impactful. If you unbanned artifact lands now if they were unbanned in this format, they would be too good, you know, with all the new affinity cards. So probably just going to deal 2 damage to them and then return Channeler, cast Channeler. Cast Soulscar Mage. We do lose Delirium, but they can't Lava Dart both Channelers because we just get one back. And they just pack it in. Seems like they kept maybe a sketchy hand, but sketchy hands with 2 mana Morphoses are probably keeps. Yeah, exactly, Dante. Don't unban cards that get better with time. Absolutely, like Birthing Pod, Artifact Lands, Golgari Grave Troll, Faithless Looting. You know, Faithless Looting would be better now than it was when it got banned. And Faithless Looting just gets better and better as they print more payoffs for it. Yeah, Twin also does get better with time, I think. It's like a bit different. I think I put back this 3rd land. We're on the draw. 3 removal spells is pretty good. I mean, Stoneforge Mystic, you know, I mean, I honestly never thought they'd print a card better, or like a big living weapon to go alongside Batterskull, but it's just a bit different, I think. But you could definitely make an argument that Stoneforge Mystic could maybe one day be too good. But like they have big control over that because like they just have to print like super push equipment, of course, for it to be good, and maybe it's relatively easy for them to not do that. Mana draw is lined up so well against theirs, kind of like unreasonably lucky. Yeah, when did monkeys spike in price? Because I bought them on like Friday. But I remember thinking like at $40 that they were honestly like a pretty good buy. I guess we push because we could maybe need to save Bolt for Stormwing Entity. Today or yesterday, yeah. It's just like the same thing with Wrenn and 6. Wrenn and 6 was like $40 for a while. And then Wrenn and 6 was like $40 for a while, and then it was like it just became the chase mythic of Modern Horizons, you know, and Ragavan is the chase mythic of Modern Horizons 2. Urza Saga is a rare. Should I have Lurrus in hand this turn? Should I play explosives on 1? They have a Soulscar Mage. I think I'm going to Lurrus though. Urza was the chase mythic for a while. That's true, yeah. But I mean, at the beginning, I feel like it was Rin, maybe? I don't know. Bauble deserves a ban, doesn't it? I mean, I am not advocating for any bans at the moment. It is like way too early to talk about that, especially because like one of the biggest police in the formats, Heliod, people just aren't playing, and Heliod is still like a really good deck, I think. People just aren't playing it because it sucks to play on Magic Online, and they want to play with the cool new cards. So it's my opinion way too early to talk about bans, but Bauble is also like easily one of the best cards in the format, and is also like a card like Faithless Looting. It's just gonna get better. Like it got better with Modern Horizons 2 with Dragon Rage's Channeler. You know, Channeler is a great card, and Bauble makes it even better. You know, and Bauble is gonna keep getting better as time goes on. It's not getting any worse. You know. I'm likely over 10% of the reasons Ragavans are up so much. I know I don't want to admit it. Yeah, I'm secretly hoping nobody notices that I think Ragavan is good. Yes, I can't admit it though, but I need to make sure nobody notices that I'm been bought out by big Ragavan. Nobody else has been playing Ragavan either. Yeah, Big Monkey has bought me out. Been exposed. And maybe losing to Reveler, jeez. Do you think Titan's the best deck? Titan's really good. So if they let us Voidwalker and we miss on a land, we can actually Voidwalker the Fiery Islet. I guess I should have triple checked. But what we need to do here is play Kroxa. Yeah, it turns out Channel Fireball is actually just run by a bunch of monkeys in suits, and they're like, alright, we've hired you specifically to make monkey cards the most expensive going forward, so keep that on the DL, but in future sets you're going to be seeing a lot more monkey cards, and I'm going to be hyping them up a lot. So be ready for that. Yeah, and all of this is, of course, revenge for the Simian Spirit Guide ban, of course. It goes without saying, but Big Monkey was fine allowing non-monkey cards to be good and modern, but once Simian Spirit Guide got banned, that's when they started to go banana. Is it safe to say that Monkey is my brand new identity? Yeah, I think it is. I'm totally on board. Yeah. I think DRC is the better of the two red 1-drops overall. Yeah. Big if true. It's just some insider info for you. Everything changed when the monkey got banned. I think we have to block this. I'm not sure. They bolt it. We take 2, but the bolt is like so good here if they have it. Dart, so they're gonna dart this, then dart Ragavan. Oh, they missed a point of damage. Dude, we have an Unholy Heat for this. It's getting hot in here. Think Lurrus will get banned eventually? I mean, I don't know, man. Lurrus is really good. I'm just working for, you know, I just do whatever the monkeys tell me to do. I can't really comment on anything before I get approval from the Monkey Council. And I just hope that you guys understand when you ask me these kind of questions, it puts me in a really uncomfortable position where I want to tell you if a card is going to get banned or not, but I'm just going to have feces hurled at me at the next board meeting. And it just puts me in a bad spot when you ask me what cards you're going to get. So you're going to block and... I guess I could... maybe I should have bolted. I definitely should have bolted. It's fine. Get the surveil value this way. Then I guess I'll play explosives to surveil, just get it in play as well. Not really using this mana for anything else. Big Delver lobbied against my MH2 preview card. Sad, but... Alright, before this gets too big, I guess we're just going to bolt. Why not play Voidwalker then Unholy Heat so you can play Reveler? I mean, this is a bit more... Yeah, I guess that's a bit better. Pretty bad if they have a second Reveler here. I am Batman. Thank you for your 3-month resub. Appreciate you. So we can go DRC plus sack explosives, or we can just play Kroxa. And I guess we get to make the best decision because of Bauble. They're drawing Manamorphose. I mean, Manamorphose can get out of control with Swift Spear. Yeah, if they have like Manamorphose, Void Snare, or like Iteration to Vapor Snag. But they're also probably just dead. Like, they have to hit super well. Yeah, it's just Kroxa. This gives them so many less draw steps, assuming their draw steps are in any way reasonable. So here comes the Manamorphose. Yeah, we're also like not just dead to even some of their most unreasonable series of draws here. They didn't have the most unreasonable series of draws. We're 3-1. We're currently what, 11-2 on the day? Though 12. It's getting kind of hot in here. Yeah, Tourach's been pretty good. It's not good in every matchup though. Get a mulligan this hand. What other decks on the docket? I've got a I've got a blue moon deck that is playing Ragavan. Kind of instead, like, you know, the Ragavan plan kind of instead of because I might want to double Inquisition next turn. Ragavan instead of like Jace the Mind Sculptor. I'm also playing Channeler in that deck too. So we can play a league of that after this. Crank the fan. Wait, 1 is the slowest? Oh, 1 is the fastest. Okay, I had it on 3. Oh, love to see Power Plant. Probably getting Thought Not Seared. Oh. Well, it's pretty good for them. That's pretty good for them too. Sorry, here we go. Adjust. I guess we can go command, kill reshaper, kill map. Seems fine. Albeit a little under exciting. We can also see, I guess they just get to Karn me though. They're showing Urza's. So maybe I'll actually just kill map, return Ragavan. Been really impressed by Kolaghan's command today. Let's trade him to Tourach be too good for modern. Absolutely, it would be. That card sucks to play against one. Like, that card's really unfun. But it also would be, I think, you know, very easily one of the most powerful cards in the format, and not really one that I'd be too keen on seeing. Kroxa is a pretty good draw. Let's just not play the Ragavan into the Blast Zone. Do it to take a Blast Zone to 2. I'm pretty happy with that, I guess. And then they hand his Karn, Emrakul, mystery card, and then like they have to deal with the Voidwalker. We're gonna get to cast one of these or potentially the mystery card, I guess. And so like they kind of maybe have to spend their next turn. Oh, with the waste. Sorry, I forgot about the wastes. So they hand his Karn, Emrakul. But if they spend their turn blast zoning, I'm really not too bothered. They drew counter souls for turn, so they can either blast zone or play Karn. It looks like they're going to opt for Karn. And they're going to save the blast zone so that they could also answer a Kroxa potentially. So let's not escape Kroxa right now. Instead, let's dash Ragavan. Oh, I think this was wrong because now I get to play Kroxa off the treasure. I don't think I want to play Chalice on 0 though. Just shuts off my Baubles, doesn't shut off anything of theirs. Funny to see the treasure in the graveyard. So they probably discard Emrakul. Could maybe just like try to rip the third Tron piece though. They do discard the Emrakul. And then probably has to plus here. Because anything they get besides like I guess they get like Tormod's Crypt or Grafdigger's Cage. However, this goes. We cut the Whispers of Emrakul for two more Kolaghan's commands. They were unfortunately pretty bad. As much as I do have a soft spot for that card, admittedly. Relic is a pretty smart grab. Okay, so we can just ignore Karn. They have to block Kroxa lest they die. To the Bolt. Oh no, what am I doing? I guess I'm just Jedi mind tricking our opponent. But I should have bolted them. This was obviously just a huge punt. Yeah, just bolt 3 Shaper. Thought I was one short, I miscounted. Okay, we got there. Despite our mistake. I think I want the 4th Voidwalker. I don't want the Lightning Bolts. Unholy Heat actually seems pretty good though. Inquisition is a card I'm like not super happy with. Probably want to cut like at least 2, and then we can play like 2 Shattering Spree, maybe 3. Yeah, we played around the flip reshaper. With the Kolaghan's Command, I don't think we need to go super hard on the Shattering Sprees, I guess. How much the deck you brew are good, or are the one making the piles perform? Well, Kadu, it's a good question. Mr. Surrey, thank you for the raid. Hope you're having a good day today, buddy. I play a lot of Magic off stream, Kadu, and so a lot of the decks that are less impressive are ones that never make it to the stream. So that's been, I think, a big formula for why all the decks I play look good. It's because I spend a lot of time working on lists and playing off stream, so I can bring the decks that I think are good to the stream. And that also like is a bit of a relationship here, right? Where if I'm playing a new deck, you guys can infer that I've spent a lot of time working on it and that there's something here, you know. Yeah, how's Scales doing, Mr. Sari? Without Saga? I love to hear that. I honestly feel like Saga's a little overrated. So I like to hear you also cutting it, I guess. I mean, I think the card is good. I probably would put it in the deck.
Friend, Aspiring Spike.
But I've just been feeling like Saga's overrated at the moment. Actually put back Inquisition. You should make a second channel for the off-stream deck stream. Yeah, and then I'll just like spend my entire life in front of a camera. I guess we just need to lead on Ragavan. I mean, Urza Saga is a good card, but people are like already calling for a ban, and that's just not where I'm at evaluating it. Ratchet Bomb has got it going on. To draw 1, I have waited for so long. Stagey, can't you see? There's 0C. Probably just gonna Shattering Spree both of their artifacts here. Opponent is drawing Expedition Map, though. Oh, no, they're not. All right, I guess Remy is actually CMC gang, not mana value gang. Maybe I need to reevaluate how big a fan I am. Although I can't remember which camp I was actually in last time we did this bit. Play Relic, sack Relic, play Wastes. Draw Expedition Map for turn, I'm assuming. It's pretty good. So we probably need to double Thoughtseize since all the maps are on top. I think we need to double Thoughtseize since I think my opponent has just nothing but spells, right? Since they took this line that they took. So they can get Tron and they can play Smasher. How about a Smasher for us? Not that good. But maybe we I guess we just Thoughtseize the others, the Smasher here. Yeah. Although maybe we should have left them with the Smasher so they're like incentivized to attack and we get to make a. I'm not sure actually. They probably should take. Even for Shattering Spree versus Vandal Blast and Sideboards. If my deck is like very heavily red, if I only have a few non-red lands like this deck, then I'm pretty interested in Shattering Spree. Kroxa, why? Because if I draw a land, I get their last card out of their hand, and then the Unholy Heat is like pretty far away from getting the job done too. Def take Heat. I don't know. I feel like we're really far away from Heat killing Thought Not Seer. Maybe you're right. They drew another Smasher. I mean, maybe you're right. Wait, no attack with Thought Not Seer? Okay, I was going to concede. Now I'll play it out, I guess. Probably don't have too many outs, though. Yeah, I guess we still can't really win. He plus Ragavan get Thought Not Seer? I guess that's a good point, yeah. I guess that's a good point. Okay, let's go to game 3 on the play this time. Feeling pretty good about our matchup on the play. Oh no, I turned off the fan? I thought I turned. I was like, why is it getting hotter? Why not Tower? It literally doesn't matter which Tron piece we name, Island. Unless you tell me why we would name Tower with the Blast Zone, right? Or with the Alpine Moon. Does not matter at all. Alright, have to mulligan that hand. This hand's pretty good though. Put back, second. My thoughts on Break the Ice. It's a good sideboard card if Tron is popular, but just Tron isn't that. Feels like there's a Dismember that they're maybe holding to like kill Ragavan. Not sure. Feels like, you know, just with this pause. Tunneling Cat is usually a pretty fast player. I think that they're just thinking about, do I want to use discard Smasher, untaps, we name Power Plant with this. I think we graveyard another copy of DRC. Kind of want to draw. Oh, sorry, name Power Plant. Just the one that's not on the field, but you know, with them being, you know, mono brown, then really this will only matter for like colored mana for Dismember. Place Wastes. The Unbeatable Matter Shaper. I guess I'm going to cast Inquisition. Obviously not drawing a land feels pretty bad. They did have Dismember. No fourth land. If they rip a fourth land immediately and get to play their 4-drops. We're sad. So it looks like we're going to be 12-3 with this deck on the day. Oh, sorry, 11-4. I mean, we're not completely dead, but we're not really very alive either. Just like, I don't know, they just drew Matter Reshaper. What am I supposed to do? It's just like this card just never ever gets beaten, and these kind of... I don't know what Wizards was thinking, and I also don't really know why Wizards has like continued to let this card exist in the format. Sad that they only have one card in their hand too, so I can't even like Tourach and block Thoughtseize. I have to chump block Thoughtseize. So let's just concede. So 5-0 into 4-1 into 3-2. Still very good showing for this deck. I think I like the changes we made to the list too, but certainly still a bit of a work in progress. Might just, you know, leave things as is for now and let things marinate, but I've been pretty happy with this deck so far. But I do want to play a league with the Monkey Moon deck that I put together for today's stream.